Well, hello everybody. This is my Stone Cold Steve Austin DVD review. Yes, we got it here in Australia before you folks over there in the United States did. Of course, it was only limited. I only know of 2 stores which had it, out of a whole bunch of stores which have wrestling DVDs. First of all, I'd like to bring up the third DVD I've bought from WWE in a row. First was the Rey Mysterio one, then was the Shawn Michaels one. Now it's a Stone Cold one. There is a mistake in the little booklet, right? First one with Eddie Guerrero, the Rey Mysterio one, it said Eddie Guerrero with an A at the end. Then you had the HBK one, Jeff Jarrett L with an L at the end, and there was something else. Now it says DVD extras on disc 3, and it has Redneck Triathlon. That wasn't on there. Sorry about that. I just had to go fix the cat or something. Anyway, it said Redneck Triathlon. It didn't have the Redneck Triathlon. It had the Gladiator thing from WrestleMania 21, the making of that, and what was the other one? The last one was something from Saturday Night's Main Event. The last one they had where Stone Cold came out and gave Vince the stun, except it had extra things which we didn't see, like he came out and made them sing and stunned them again. I don't know if that'll be on the US or rest of the world one. Maybe they just printed off a whole bunch of wrong ones and then just sent it here to Australia, because they never announced they were going to release it this early, because it was released nearly 2 weeks ago here. As for the matches, they're all pretty good matches. And Austin talks. It's like the Rey Mysterio DVD where he does intros to matches, except Stone Cold doesn't do it in kayfabe, obviously, because the fans who would be buying this were fans of the Attitude Era, and they would be older, and they would be aware of, that it's so they wouldn't put it in kayfabe because it is intended for an older audience, whereas Rey Mysterio's DVD was for a younger audience, which is also why this is M, and I think Rey Mysterio's was maybe in PG. I can't exactly remember. Anyway, we had the steel cage for the WCW Tag Team Championship against Shane Douglas and Ricky Steamboat, which is a very good match. Stone Cold talks about his relationship with Brian Pillman. Then it's Stunning Steve Austin versus Flying Brian Pillman. There were better matches they could have had for that one, but it was still a good match. Then Stone Cold talks about his gimmick, and what was happening in WCW. Then we have the United States Heavyweight Championship match against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, which was another great match, but it's with Ricky Steamboat, so that's what you expect. We have then we have Austin talk about him leaving WCW or getting fired from WCW from Eric Bischoff. We have Austin's Stevie Mania promo from ECW. Then he talks about how Paul Heyman got him to cut promos. Then he has another promo. Then it shows another promo where he mocks Dusty Rhodes and Eric Bischoff, which is a pretty good promo. Then he talks about ECW some more, and then we finally have a match from ECW instead of promos, and it's a triangle match for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship with Mikey Whipwreck and the Sandman, which is another good match. Not the best match, but it is a good match. Then he talks about going to the WWE, and then we have a very good Caribbean strap match, which was actually a second strap match, and it's when Ted DiBiase left the WWF, because if Austin lost, Ted would leave, which was just an added stipulation to get people to care about the second strap match, because the first strap match people had seen, it's just the lights went out, so they had to redo the pay-per-view. The birth of Austin 316, and talks about how he came up with that. Then there's a number 1 contender match for the WWE Championship, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bret Hitman Hart. This was a good match, and I would say it's nearly as good as the I Quit match. It's not as good, but it's nearly as good, and it is very entertaining to watch. And at this point, Stone Cold's still seen as the heel, but there were people supporting him. And there's DVD extras on disc 1, and it's Steve Austin where he talks about where he got his name, Yokozuna, him versus Yokozuna, which only went for a couple of seconds because Yokozuna broke the top rope. I mean, it was a part of the match that had happened. That's how Austin won. And then then there was the Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Terry Funk confrontation at Shotgun Saturday Night. I actually remember seeing this like years and years ago, because it was done in 1997, so I guess I could have seen it, but I can remember seeing this, or maybe it was another one, but I just remember the whole layout, because they're in a small ring, and it's done in like a bar or something, and it's whatever. It was just another show for them. Then we were on to Disc 2. He talks about the most important match of his career. Can't remember what it was. Maybe it was the Bret Hart match. I can't remember. It was something. Then we go on to Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker, which is a good match. It has Hart Foundation coming and sort of slowly ending, but whatever. Then we have Oil and Water, where he's talking about him and Shawn Michaels when they were a tag team, how they didn't work, or how they were completely different. And then we go on to a Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin match against Owen Hart and the British Bulldog, which is a very good match. He talks about Shawn Michaels for a bit. Then we have Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at King of the Ring, which was a very good match from 97. There was so much bad stuff happened. There was like a person with Down syndrome fell over the guardrail, and Shawn did a good thing where he went over and sort of tried to help calm him down, because the guy was trying to get close to them and blah, blah, blah. But, other things happened, like a cameraman fell over twice. And it's funny, because there were so many cameramen falling over in this DVD, and it's hilarious, because they fall over and you hear the whole crowd start to laugh. But, yeah, that's just a small thing. Then he talks about Mick Foley and how he tagged with him later on. It was him, and then we go to a match from Raw with Stone Cold and Dude Love versus, and this was the debut of Dude Love, versus Owen Hart and British Bulldog. Then he talks about the Kiss My Ass match between him and Owen Hart, and then it has the match itself from SummerSlam, which is where Austin broke his neck, and you can actually see when Owen brings him up for the tombstone that Austin's head, like I noticed it was like that much out from what it was supposed to be, and I shuddered just as I saw Owen hold him like that, because I knew he was about to drop him, and he did, and you just knew it wasn't good, because Austin he didn't sell like he would a tombstone. He sort of just crumpled and just collapsed and couldn't move for a couple of minutes, and they still had to, because it was a Kiss My Ass match, they had to have Austin win still, but he had a broken neck. So they had Owen Hart walk around the ring, and Austin had to crawl on his forearms, and his feet were like dragging behind him and all that crap. It was pretty sickening to watch, and Austin had to sort of try to schoolboy him, but he could hardly even do that, so Owen sort of had to lay there, and it ruined the finish, but taking into consideration of what happened, it wasn't that bad. Then we talk about him versus Vince, the storyline for that. Oh, we have a championship match when he won the title against Dude Love. Then talks about Vince. Then we first blood match against Kane, then the rematch. He talks about that, and then shows it. DVD extras, he talks about Vince McMahon. Then he talks about him versus. Then it's him versus The Rock at Backlash '99. No holds barred. Then he talks about how he was out for a year because of neck surgery. Then a non-title match against Eddie Guerrero, which is for really no other reason, I think, than to get some money, because it had Eddie Guerrero's name in it. It's a shame to say that, but it's true, because the match only goes for like 3 minutes, and it was his return match, but it didn't need to be put on the DVD. Talks about Triple H, and we have 2 matches with Triple H in it: Stone Cold vs. Triple H at Survivor Series, and then the 3 Stages of Hell. Then we talk about how The Rock and him's feud resurrected him. Then we have the DVD extras. Sorry, I'm running out of time here, and I just realised it. But I should say this DVD is definitely worth the money. It is very enjoyable. And it is something you should definitely pick up, especially if you're a fan of the Attitude Era, because it does have a lot of stuff from the Attitude Era, and it does have a lot of historic matches. It doesn't have the best matches, but it does have the most historic matches in Stone Cold's career. And another thing you'll notice is after he breaks his neck against Owen Hart, the match quality just deteriorates somewhat. And then after he's gone for a year, after he gets neck surgery for it, it deteriorates a lot more. And only really comes back for what I feel it only really comes back to what he was doing before the neck break against Triple H. But for the DVD, I'll give it a 8.5. It was very good. I enjoyed it a lot, and it's a worthy addition to anybody's collection. Anyway, I'm done. I'll be out with some more videos later.